could you tell the launch control community a bit about yourself? Make it a mix of business and personal, whatever you feel like sharing.
hmm Yeah, of course. So I started in real estate probably when last year of college. I played football in college, and I started getting in real estate working with a friend of mine. And then about 2 years ago, I really started to figure out to go on my own and figure out how to actually, wholesale and, get data and outbound marketing. So I started using launch control, and I realized that there was a bit of urgency from myself to just get outbound marketing and start getting follow-ups, because I have a friend from Atlanta that said, hey, follow-up is key. Follow-up is the main portion of real estate, whether you're wholesaling, doing new construction, flipping, getting deals, is in the follow-up. And I saw a platform, Launch Control, where you could do daily drips, weekly drips, monthly, yearly, whatever it is. And I said, okay, this is what I want. This is something that, I'm going to stick with no matter what. Then I started figuring out cool things about launch control. You could export hot leads, put it in the CRM, and now today, using launch control, long story short, very long story cut short, I, the other week we closed, a property for 4.2 million using launch control. And it was just a quick text that we sent out to the person, our VA that sent out. And then we had another text from the seller. And then we sent another text. And then we just picked up the phone and started calling. So thanks to launch control, we were able to get in front of them and text them and, get a response. That's all we're wanting is a response. Whether it's no, the more no's we get, the better. But whether it's a yes or no, it's always good. So now we're in new construction and we're wholesaling still. We're flipping, going into new markets using launch control, which we're super excited about.
Sounds amazing. Blake, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. And your strategy is impressive, I gotta say.
Yeah.
So, well, there is a question that we mentioned before. So how long have you been using LC, and what led you to, okay, you told me what led you to us, but let's see, let's think of problem solution dynamic. So was it a past frustration or an opportunity that you really wanted to take advantage of?
Okay. Yeah. So the reason why I used and still using launch control is so now I have two phones, but I was using one phone to text all these sellers off of, and putting the sellers from my cell phone to a Google Sheet or an Excel spreadsheet
Manually.
Manually.
Wow.
Or keeping them on my notes, on my phone. I said, okay, I'm frustrated. Let's figure out what we can do. So like I said, my buddy in Atlanta, he said, hey, launch control, you can drip, you can do all this, get it, you can export it to Excel or your CRM. And I said, okay, I'm frustrated. I don't want to use my phone anymore. I don't want to try to keep up with leads. Launch control does it all. So it's essentially a CRM. And we honestly, last year, we kind of use it as a CRM, now integrating into Salesforce and using that webhook to kind of integrate it from LC to Salesforce is great. I'm glad that's an option. And, it's saved me a lot of time and a lot of frustration not using my notes or Excel anymore.
Thank you. Actually, yes, the CRM functionality it's something that becomes really useful, especially for large business owners, because keeping your CRM clean with hot and warm leads only and keeping the rest active in LC. I'm going to show you a trick later. Maybe you didn't come across it on the platform. I forgot to share that one. So it might be useful for those purposes. Thank you, Blake. And let's see, how about this one? First, you did walk me through a recent deal, but what impact has LC had on your business? So deals done on average, time spent, time saved, money and time saved in other areas, anything you can address.
Yeah, great question. I think the main focus of launch control is one, it saved us time. I mean, I get chills thinking about how much time it has saved me and, my companies, because no longer have to use the phone, no longer have to try to sort out leads, whether it's hot, warm, cold. Now we have the tags, and hopefully we'll get the tag export, where we can just say call ASAP, so a team member can go in there and see it for the day and pick up the phone and call them. Another thing is that, just using launch control as a whole has opened up new doors for us. Now, like I said, I keep going back to the phone thing, but that's everybody, first time investor, knows that you have to start somewhere, and that's where I started, where the frustration built. And I think it's just created so many more openings for us to use other platforms that integrate with launch control, and how we set up our systems and how we continue to move forward. Is, launch control is, it's not everything to me, but it means a lot to have. And it means a lot that I can just take somebody, whether they're here or virtual, and make a video and put them on launch control, and they'll learn it in a week, and they'll be up and running. It's simple, it's easy. I forgot your other questions, but
well, sure basically time and money saver, I guess. Deals done on average, that was a part of it.
Oh yeah. So deals done on average, it's tough for us, because I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning, but we do a lot of land, and land takes time, and land probably takes another 3 to 4 months longer than a normal deal, because you have to, engineering, survey, all that stuff. But I will say our average deal size last year, and mainly was through launch control, we had a lot of deals through launch, was probably $80,000 to $120,000 average deal size. So, and we did, I think, 30 deals last year using launch control. So it's, if you look at it, it's kind of crazy what that looks like. And not every deal was 80 to 120,000. There were some that were 10, 15, definitely $5,000 that just pays for the program, though.
It sums up.
It sums up that, this one deal can pay for itself, using launch control. And, it's just great. I can't say enough great things about it, how it's just formed our company and just allowed us to breathe a little bit from past experiences, aka the phone again.
Well, Blake, I'm really glad that you're on this page now, that you're succeeding so much with us. And honestly, listening to you makes it sound like we have the greatest product ever. So,
good.
I really hope for more conversations just to make my day better.
Awesome. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Thank you, Blake. And let's see, how about this one? Can you elaborate on your follow-up efforts a little bit? So basically,
of course,
we want to reinforce the importance of using the nurture, using the drip, the follow-up campaigns to squeeze every possible deal out of a list. So how do you do it?
Yeah, follow-up has been hard. I'm not gonna, sugarcoat that. It's always the toughest, but always the most rewarding trait that you need to have in the real estate business, whether you're wholesaling or whatever. Finding a deal is follow-up, and it's always been difficult. I'm not the only one that's going to sit here and say that. I'm sure you've heard it many times. And just trying to get your mind and the company to say, hey, follow-up is key. Follow-up is the deal. Has been kind of, tough, when not only when we move it from launch control to Salesforce, but if we stay in launch control for a minute, we have the drips, which is great. It saved us, actually, a true testimonial. It saved us a deal. Let's see, last week, it's a lake property. It's, nobody's followed up with it since. It just kind of got lost. That kind of happens a lot. Things get lost. But thanks to the drip campaign, and what we used, I think it was 15-day drip on them. It came back through and it followed up with them. And he said, hey, I'm actually looking at an offer for $599. And we said, this is a great deal. we normally wouldn't practice this, but we said, hey, we can do, 650 or whatever it was, super high. And he said, okay, call my realtor. So now we're going to talk to the realtor. We sent the contract. So things like that always happens. And actually, another real quick, in the past month, we've done 2 deals strictly over texting on launch control, no communication on the phone.
Really? Honestly,
really, we just closed on the other one yesterday.
Like, congrats. Once again, maybe I said it 6 times during this conversation, but really there is a lot to congratulate you on. I mean, you're an inspiring investor. Honestly, hearing this, your efforts, your consistency, and the way you stress it as, yes, it's not an easy thing, but it's a necessary thing if you want to make your business work. This is all I need to share with each user I have. This is all the lessons that I'm trying to teach everyone. So thank you.
Good. Hopefully you can use it. And I mean, I'm serious. Two deals the past month. It blows my mind. I'm not the type of person that just texts. I like to call. I like to talk over the phone and face to face. And we never talked over the phone or met face to face. It was a done deal. Send me the deal. They sent me their email, and we got a DocuSign. And then I met with them.
Wow.
That's it.
Amazing.
I cannot make that up. I cannot make that up.
Honestly, I probably myself, I wouldn't even sell a bike without talking to a person.
Exactly. But people, probably COVID, one of the reasons, I know we've had some real tough issues with COVID, everybody, but, maybe that played a factor or, I don't
Amazing. Know. Thank you, Blake. And well, you're sharing wonders with me here. So let's see.
Thank you.
Any launch control or general investing hacks you can share with the community. So anything that might help users find more success in their business, other than what you already mentioned.
Yeah, good question. I mean, I think everybody has a assistant, virtual assistant, full-time texter. So as long as you have one of those to clear up space and clear up your time, if you run the company, if you have a partner, as long as you have somebody to free up that time, I think that's huge. I think you should definitely really respect your time, and that's something that I never did, is respect my time. And I always thought I could do it myself, but it helps 10 times more if you have somebody coming in and handling launch control, handling the texting platform. So tips, tricks, that would be the first one is to just, make sure you have somebody else to help you. That really does help. And then make sure you have your follow-ups and your drip campaigns in order. Make sure you have good templates, not crap templates. I see a lot of people, I get texts from, because I own property, quite a few properties here in Nashville, and I get texts from them, and they'll say, hey, this is, bracket. They'll forget to filter out all this stuff, and, make sure your templates are good. Make sure that you truly invest time. I mean, I took probably, 3 hours, and on one template, and it sucks, but that's just what you have to do. And now we're getting, you saw it, 28%, 22%, 30% a response rate. And those are the type of people that we want to deal with. We don't want to deal with the people that see a crappy text and say, yeah, we're dealing with, our market is, and strategy is different. We're land, higher end, working to develop, looking to, do bigger things. And we want to deal with people that, understand and take that wholeheartedly, and see a good text, and see a text that's thoughtful and not just, hey, bracket, hey, this is Jennifer, whoever, we were in the area, we were looking to buy a property on, so-and-so street. Would you be interested? Something like that, I think, really thoughtful. But yeah, those are my 2 or 3, whichever I said, comments.
I love it. Thank you, Blake. So may I ask, I got one last question before that. Were you ever using any other texting platform?
No.
So the first one and a hit. Awesome.
Oh, I'm the OG.
And any last words of wisdom before I let you go? Any inspirational recap? You can also pose a question to the audience. So something to help generate comments as well.
Yeah. You know, I think as right now, 2022, I think that's where we're at, right? 2022. I
Yeah.
forgot. It's been crazy 2 years since COVID. I think you should definitely hone in on yourself and your business, and whatever it is, whether if your niche is wholesaling, rehabbing, new construction, whatever it is, launch control is here to provide an outbound source of data. We're here to send outbound text messages, and I think you have the power to cherry pick those. So don't get so stuck on, your niche. Get all the data you can, get all the text you can. We're sending out, I don't know how many text messages a day, but it's quite a bit. And, we're never looking at, we're just going to do wholesale this. We're looking at, hey, we're going to get data that we like, of course, but we're going to take it all in. We're going to put a magnifying glass on it, and we're going to cherry pick everything. We're going to say, okay, this is wholesale. What else? Even if you're a new investor, what else can I do if I can't wholesale it? Can I evaluate it to build new construction? Can I evaluate it to sell to a builder? Can I evaluate that deal other than wholesaling? And then I think, from there, it's like I said, it's 2022. Wholesaling may not be around forever, but I think you should definitely get on the game of, these deals aren't going to be around forever. It's only going up. I know every market, Tampa, Nashville is going up. So the more deals that you get in and you can cherry pick, the better. That's my one advice that I've been preaching to my team.
It's really good planning overall.
Mm-hmm. Spend more money.
It really makes sense. The more you invest, the more you actually get. It's what I've seen on a daily basis, and it really works. So, Blake, I'm more thankful for this testimonial than I can actually express. First of all, because this is some valuable feedback. It's a learning tool for anyone who wants to hear it. It's something that can make their business skyrocket. So I really appreciate you making time.